trying to avoid the rush. Kyler Murray taken off to the pylon and in. Touchdown, Arizona.
What's up, everyone? I'm bringing you a Week 13 matchup between Raul and Sara. So this one was a matchup that both teams desperately needed just to even have a glimmer of hope to even sneak into the playoffs. It was Sara who was able to pull out the dub in a convincing fashion. Well, Raul, your season in the championship bracket anyway came to an end abruptly here, but you're definitely consolation bracket bound. Unfortunately. But let's kind of look and see how this matchup came to be. Tua Tagovailoa got you the very nice number there, Raul. 21.86 points, 244 yards, 2 TDs. Also had a rushing touchdown too. So Tua definitely coming on strong here. For not only for the Dolphins here in the second half of the season, but also in fantasy, he's really answered the call here. Showing off that accuracy and decision making that kind of made him a highly touted college quarterback at one point. Kyler Murray, 34.82 points. Fantastic return to action for him for Sara's squad right when she needed him the most. 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also had 10 carries, 59 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So he was fantastic. It looks like he fumbled a couple times. I don't know if he lost him or he just fumbled him and got him back, but all in all, still a very nice day for Kyler Murray. Saquon Barkley, 10.4 points. I see you trade for him from the Nolo squad, so Raul might be someone you might want to consider keeping maybe next year. When he's healthy, he's definitely worth it. This year has just been another kind of a banana year for Saquon. Mix of injuries and also just Giants O-line isn't very good and hasn't been very good for a while, but had 55 yards on the ground. Caught 6 targets for 19 yards, so got you the double digits for sure there. Alexander Madison had 19.9 points, 22 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. He's been really good with Dalvin Cook being out for you, Sara. So you've definitely made the most. You got the most bang for your buck when it comes to handcuffing your running back this year. I don't think anybody else in our league has benefited more from investing in a handcuff to their starting running back than you have. He's definitely kept your season afloat. Elijah Mitchell, 15.9 points. He's been a revelation. Week 1 is when he took off, and he's he kind of had a down couple of weeks after that big game, but now he's just solidified himself as the main back in San Francisco. 22 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 3 receptions for 18 yards. So Raul, he's someone you can probably keep going forward too. He's depending on how the offseason goes, there's no reason not to think he's going to be the guy going forward. Trey Sermon doesn't look like the guy. Very nice day for him. He's just banged up though, so you might want to look out and see if he's being replaced here and put on the bench this week. But unhealthy, he's been great. Miles Sanders coming back from his own injury, had 24 carries, 120 yards. Fantastic day for him. He got a little dinged up at the end there again, but not before he got his big numbers. Also had 3 receptions for 22 yards. Stephon Diggs had 7.1 points, 4 catches, 51 yards. Couldn't get into the end zone, but can't blame him in those conditions. It was really hard to catch the ball, throw the ball in the 60-mile-an-hour winds. But I'm still surprised he got 50 yards receiving. That's pretty surprising in my opinion in those conditions, especially when the Patriots didn't even throw the ball more than 3 times. Chris Godwin, 22.7 points, had 1 carry, 9 yards. Also caught 15 passes for 143 yards. He had 17 targets. Yeah, he went like full TO like back in 2002, 2003 with his targets right there. I think there was a game where TO had like 21 catches or something like that. I'm trying to refer back to, but Chris Godwin was trying to break that record for most receptions and most targets in a game. Didn't get there, but had a fantastic day. Didn't even need to get into the end zone. And he got 22.7 points. That tells you the type of day he had. Chase Claypool had 6.4 points, 2 receptions, 52 yards. Not a lot going on there. Much left to be desired. Same for Hollywood Brown, had 5 catches, 55 yards. Couldn't get into the end zone. Mike Gesicki, solid day for the Titans spot, had 7 receptions, 46 yards. while Kyle Pitts didn't do too much as well. Had 4 catches for 48 yards. Devontae Freeman has been surprisingly effective here, given his old age. I think he's like 29, 30. He's not that old, but in running back years, he's becoming pretty ancient. 14 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Also had 5 receptions for 45 yards. So he's been a life preserver there for that whole Ravens backfield ever since they got their whole running back core injured before the season. So he's even taken over from Latavius Murray, who I thought was going to be the lead back there. But Devontae Freeman stepped in and is not really relinquished the role here. Tyler Boyd had 11 points, 5 receptions for 85 yards for you, Sarah. Very nice production for you. Justin Tucker had 7 points, while Daniel Carlson got 11 points, and he got compensated nicely here in real life. Here, he got like a 4-year deal, so he's going to be a Raider kicker for a long time. He's been very consistent. And then finally, the Colts defense had a monster day, 18 points, while the Steel Curtain got 11. Respectable, very respectable 11 points. So, Sarah, congrats to you. You have a long shot to make the playoffs here. 6-7. You're tied with Brian to try to sneak into the playoffs, but you got to outscore almost everybody to get in due to your low points for on the season. But hey, you're still technically in it. So good luck to you here. Maybe you pull off the biggest fantasy football miracle of all miracles and somehow get in the playoffs. That would be pretty wild. So good luck to you. And Raul, like I said earlier, man, your consolation bracket bound, but just stay out of the toilet bowl. And also maybe you might want to gun for that number 1 overall pick. You kind of get that pretty often. I feel like every other season you're like the number 1 overall pick person. So this could be your year again to do that. It's like you did this past season. So good luck to you, man.